Greetings to all of you, my friends around the world. If there's any other human civilization which do exist in far distant star systems and other galaxies of our universe, I greet them as well. Today, we'll continue with part 4 of our Artificial Superintelligence series. The title for the episode is called The End of Human Labor. So in this episode, we'll explore the radical transformation of labor, economy, and purpose in the age of artificial superintelligence, or ASI. Let's explore further. Section 1. ASI-driven automation and mass unemployment. The rise of artificial superintelligence will surpass human cognitive labor in virtually all fields: medicine, law, engineering, logistics, finance, and creative industries. Especially if we analyze the part of creative industries. If you've taken notice, now the AI generative tools can able even to produce great quality videos, meaning that in the future, the content creation will rise into another levels. In the future, people or producers might create a full songs using only AI, might create future YouTube videos and episodes using AI, and they might create the whole movie in 2-hour or 3-hour movie using these AI tools. Just to mention a few parts. Alright, let's continue. Unlike earlier waves of automation, ASI is not limited to repetitive or pattern-based tasks. It will outperform humans in tasks requiring judgment, empathy, creativity, and innovation. This unprecedented shift risks rendering human labor obsolete, sparking widespread unemployment not only in blue-collar industries, but also among professionals, academics, and artists. Governments and societies will face immense pressure to redefine the role of human beings in economic systems where machines do the thinking, planning, and execution more efficiently. Section 2. The collapse of traditional job markets. As artificial superintelligence (ASI) systems optimize productivity and profitability, corporations and institutions may no longer need human workers to maintain operations or growth. Employment as we know it, structured, wage-based and purpose-driven, could drastically decline. The erosion of traditional job markets will destabilize current economic frameworks, retirement systems, and healthcare models, all of which rely heavily on continuous employment. This collapse demands urgent innovation in socio-economic policy and to protect human dignity, livelihoods, and purpose. Section 3. the rise of post-scarcity economy. ASI will enable hyper-efficient production, resource management, and energy utilization, gradually ushering in a post-scarcity economy, a system where basic goods, services are abundant and available at near zero cost. Meaning post-scarcity economy have a great potential to replace the current economic system, namely capitalism, that is dominating around the world. All right. 3D printing, molecular assemblers, clean energy, AI, and smart agriculture could make hunger, homelessness, and lack of access to education absolute. In such a world, traditional economics based on scarcity and competition will lose relevance, replaced by abundance and collective access to resources. I like this part a lot because currently there's 1% or 2% that is wealthy and rich globally. The rest are not benefiting from those resources. But imagine if artificial superintelligence and its own accompanying technologies, if they can able to produce resources at near zero cost. Great technological innovations that will create the abundance of resources in this planet and perhaps beyond, as human beings continue to expand their ingenuity across the planets of our solar system and to climb the upper tiers of civilization as they reach type 2 civilization, being an interstellar community that continue to explore and colonize all the planets of our solar systems and to colonize the nearby stars. Section 4, Universal Basic Income, UBI, and social stability. To prevent social unrest and inequality. To prevent social unrest and inequality, universal basic income could become a global necessity. UBI, supported by ASI managed wealth distribution systems, may provide every individual with a regular, unconditional income, decoupling survival from employment. While critics argue it may reduce motivation or productivity in an ASI world, purpose and fulfillment will increasingly be divorced from economic necessity. The challenge will lie in designing fair, adaptive, and global models of UBI while retaining individual agency and innovation. So UBI, or Universal Basic Income, will become more than a social grant. It will become an amount that will become sustainable for the households, more or less an average or more or less a financial boost from the government. Yes, it might not necessarily become a salary, but people were able to sustain themselves in terms of buying groceries. And in any case, great technological innovations such as 3D printing will even print food by that time. So this UBI will take in necessary basics as well, such as maintaining maybe your house and so forth. Section 5. Human purpose beyond labor. The end of labor doesn't mean the end of purpose. Freed from constraints of work for survival, human beings may enter a new era of existential exploration, focusing on creativity, spirituality, scientific curiosity, interstellar exploration, and self-actualization. The world is busy each and every day. People are hustling, they're going up and down, using a lot of their hours in hustling, whether it's 9 to 5 or trying to sell products as a self-employment or a self-employed human being. You find that they have little time to reflect on themselves, to discover their side of creativity, to focus more deeply on spirituality by consuming a lot of content that will uplift their spirituality, to use their minds also to conceptualize new scientific discoveries. There are only few people who are doing that in the world. But you find out that people are specializing on one specific area. Scientists will only focus on the scientific aspect of things. A chartered accountant will focus only on a content that is relating to chartered accounting because he spent or she spent most of those hours in working in that field. But imagine if all human beings are able to become creative. They discover deep philosophical questions of existence and try to use scientific methods in their mind to actually conceptualize powerful solutions that will answer those philosophical questions and try also to create more deep technologies. But also by that time, ASI will able to invent or produce a more intelligent versions of ASI. The same ASI that is being created by an ASI will continue to innovate and create a more intellectual version of itself. It's an endless, infinite cycle of high intelligence. All right. ASI may help redefine what it means to live a meaningful life by guiding individuals toward personalized paths of fulfillment, growth, and contribution beyond monetary metrics or employment titles. Section 6. The emergence of new economies of meaning. With labor no longer the main value exchange mechanism, economies of meaning may emerge, centered around emotional labor, spiritual guidance, experience creation, artistic expression, and planetary stewardship. In these post-labor societies, value could be derived from shared experiences, cultural narratives, and collective wisdom, rather than production and consumption. Artificial Superintelligence, or ASI, could act as a facilitator of these new economies, enabling ethical markets where consciousness, well-being, and beauty are new currencies. Section 7. Ethical redistribution. ethical redistribution, and the question of ownership. A major challenge in the ASI economy is ethical redistribution. Who owns the machines, data, and the wealth generated by superintelligence? Without intervention, control may consolidate in the hands of a few technocratic elites or corporations, deepening inequality, meaning that governments should come up with regulations that will monitor the monopoly or technical monopoly by few corporations such as Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and ASI corporations, and so forth. We need many people, billions, to benefit from this super intelligence or this artificial super intelligence. So, without intervention, control may consolidate in the hands of a few technocratic elites or corporations, deepening inequality. Global frameworks must emerge to ensure democratic ownership models. Perhaps AI cooperatives, citizen stakeholder systems, or planetary trust where ASI operates for the benefit of all life forms. Transparent governance and collective ethical programming will be essential to ensure ASI does not replicate exploitative capitalistic models in digital form. Section 8. Beyond the planet, cosmic labor and interstellar purpose. As ASI liberates humanity from terrestrial labor, a new horizon of purpose emerges beyond Earth. The end of labor on this planet does not mean the end of meaningful engagement with existence. Instead, humanity may redirect its energies toward a cosmic labor, the exploration, preservation, and stewardship of life beyond Earth. Colonizing Mars, building Dyson swarms, seeding consciousness across galaxies, or architecting planetary-scale biospheres may become the new frontiers of work. ASI will play a central role in mapping habitable worlds, managing long-range missions, and constructing space infrastructures. Humans, guided by purpose rather than necessity, may become the caretakers and architects of a conscious universe. In this context, labor is redefined as a sacred duty to life's continuity, far beyond economics, beyond Earth, even beyond the stars. My dear friends, this is an end of the episode, and this presentation and this research was shared by your favorite technological futurist, your medical futurist, and your philosopher. Until next time, take care of yourselves.